Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sam Buck and these are my colleagues Heather Hawley and Matthew Oubre. And today we are representing the Lightning Group's engineering design team for our Rube Goldberg machine.
Throughout the presentation, we'll be walking you through the portion of the product development process we've completed thus far. I'll begin by addressing the mission statement, then we'll discuss project planning, customer needs, product specifications, and finally our economic analysis. So what is it exactly? Our product is an educational Rube Goldberg course that allows a ping pong ball to enter, travel through 3 stations, and exit. The product will introduce students to the different fields of engineering, with each station representing a different branch. And who do we expect to buy? Our primary market is the Montgomery County school system. We hope the school board will purchase our Rube Goldberg course for each of its teachers at the middle school level, as we have designed the product specifically for this age group. And how will our customers benefit? The Rube Goldberg course provides teachers with an innovative, unique method of delivering material to students, a challenge teachers are constantly trying to overcome. Students and teachers both will enjoy taking a break from the monotony of lecturing to enjoy an exciting, hands-on, interactive experience. The product will create a positive, joyful educational environment that everyone will benefit from. And how will we benefit? Besides the obvious profit we expect to gain from this endeavor, we also hope to establish a reputation as a reliable, customer-oriented, and innovative company. We are also excited to establish a relationship with the students and teachers in the community because it is our philosophy that it's these individuals who shape our future. We also hope this success will serve as a learning experience for us to grow from. We'll be completing this product development emphasizing a cost leadership competitive strategy to price the product such that it will easily fit into the budgets that school systems allot for such technologies. Matthew will discuss this in more detail later in the presentation. We consider the Rube Goldberg course to be a market pull product as we designed it specifically considering the needs of our market. We also hope to establish an agreement with our target customers in which they commit to purchasing a new generation of the Rube Goldberg course annually. We base our product on the assumption that the school system emphasizes the STEM subjects and encourages students to pursue higher education and careers in these fields. We are also assuming school systems are focusing on preparing their students to be successful in their careers. We are constraining ourselves to completing production of the Rube Goldberg course locally to be close to our target market.
Now as we move on to our project planning process, we will look at our Gantt chart, we will also look at our customer profile and our use case. And just to look a little more at the Gantt chart, you can already see that we have already bypassed identification of customer needs and identification of target specifications. And we are at the very end of the concept generation and going into our concept testing. So now we go on to our customer profile, who is Melanie Clarkson. And essentially she is a Montgomery County school board member, and she is very invested in students and promoting STEM-oriented careers in the public school system.
In addition to a Gantt chart and a customer profile, we also create a use case. It's a requirement analysis technique where we envision the common usage for our product and try to predict flaws in the product. So our basic flow is that the ball enters and just navigates the machine successfully. 2 possible flaws we came up with was a single component failure, where one component of the Rube Goldberg machine fails, but the operator can fix that single component, put the ball back where it stopped, and it will continue on its merry way. The second flaw is a complete system failure, which requires the operator to set up the Rube Goldberg machine and restart it for the ball to successfully travel through it. For our post conditions, the ball will complete the course and be at the end.
Looking at our customer needs, we've identified that there are primary customer needs and secondary customer needs. And the primary customer needs are the deciding factors on whether or not customers will actually buy this product. And the secondary customer needs are still desired but not necessarily nearly as important. And we do understand that as we choose between primary and secondary customer needs that we are going to have trade-offs. And we need to find the exact combination that's going to satisfy customer satisfaction most between those primary and secondary customer needs. And the customer needs that we looked at from ourselves and our customers that were most important were the educational aspect, the functionality aspect, and whether or not the Rube Goldberg design actually engages students. So when we look at our customer needs, we actually interviewed a few people and they stated a few things that we thought were very common. and made a lot of sense. So what we did was we analyzed those customer statements into goals that are engineering goals specifically. So for example, our second customer statement here says, the device needs to be entertaining and aesthetic. And what we got from that was the product engages students. So, and we've determined a lot of those customer needs from there.
We developed our product specifications using the tools of a competitive benchmarking and a quality function deployment. We created our product specifications based on our customer needs. Although all of our customer needs were qualitative, we created several measurable metrics to quantitatively ensure that all of our needs are met. We have specifications regarding the size, weight, and assembly time to assure that assembly, disassembly, and storage will not be inconvenient for our customers. Still, most of our primary customer needs led to subjective specifications because the product is successful when students and teachers enjoy using it to facilitate the learning process, and enjoyment and learning simply are not measurable qualities. We also established the relative importance of these specifications, which is depicted by the first graph that you see. The more important specifications tended to be those that were qualitative and ensure that the product is interactive, engaging, and educational. A cost-efficient selling price was another important factor. We also established ideal and marginal target values for the quantitative metrics, and we plan to use a focus group to test that the target values are met for the majority of our qualitative metrics. And finally, we will use a test to ensure that the device is in fact educational.
In addition to a QFD, we create a benchmarking table, which is just a comparison of our idealized product to already available products. We analyze the available metrics and determine that there's a difference in the focus areas needs of the currently available products and our products. These products, very cheap, about $10, and only weigh about half a pound. But we believe that our more expensive machine will have better build quality, be more engaging and more educational, and that will win over consumers in this market. Next, we're going to be looking at the economics of this the Google machine. We're going to break it down, we're going to look at a graph and analyze what all the numbers mean. So first, we have our price. Our max profit is at about $50,000 at 775 units sold, and the consumer can be expected to pay just under $100 at this price point. Our break-even points happen at 77 units sold and 1,474 units sold, which you're seeing there. Okay, so what does all this mean? The price was chosen to recoup costs quickly on the business side. So we have $11,000, over $11,000 in initial costs that we're trying to recoup right away. But it still scales down to an affordable price range around our max profit quality, so schools are still paying under $100 for each one of these machines. We have a sizable max profit margin that requires 3 to 4 machines purchased by each school in Montgomery County public school systems. That might seem unreasonable, but at our break-even points, our lower break-even point of 77 units sold, only requires 38.5% of MCPS schools purchasing a single unit. Now we imagine that with the 40 middle schools in MCPS that they purchase maybe 3 to 4 units. So we're definitely breaking even and we're going to the green here. And our upper break-even point of 1,474 units sold is unlikely given the current demand, so we don't expect to lose money on that end of the spectrum either.
So what have we already done and where do we plan to go from here? So we've already looked at the identification of the customer needs and target specifications and product specifications and already created our economic analysis. And in the future, we look to do some concept testing within the next few weeks and see where we go from there. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching our video of presenting our Rube Goldberg project. We hope you have a great day and choose to move forward with our presentation. Thank you.